Hello guys, today I'm gonna show you guys how to draw an anime boy carrying a girl on his back. So let's get started. First off, you're gonna draw a vertical line for where the character is gonna be, and then a line for the ground. And then let's just begin with the boy. So he's going to be, his body is going to be, bent forward because he has to carry the girl. So here is around where his pelvis is, and he's walking, so the leg is like that, something like this, because he's walking, so maybe a little bit wider, something like that. So by the way, he's facing to left. So we're just gonna draw his breast or torso, which is something like that, and then just a head. Now this is a very rough sketch, but my drawing is going to build up on this, so it does not have to be perfect now. It's just a sketch, so I'm going to draw it more detailed later on. So his arm like this to carry the girl, the leg of the girl, and then let's just draw the leg of the girl here, and it's going to go down there, and then the bottom of the girl, and then she's bent like this. And some people would draw like her, her arm going like this, but I'm going to have her hand here, and then like the girl's arm is going to be between them, and this is just to make the girl be a little bit not that open, because they're not a couple, they're just like friends, I think. So yeah, and then a head, and then yes, and actually I'm going to have her shoulder a little bit high, because that's that's normal when the arm is like this, because when the arms is like bent upwards onto the shoulder, and then the shoulder of the girl is going to be automatically like this. And then this is of course curved, and yes, that's pretty much it. Actually, I'm just going to add a style for the hair, something like this, nothing much. And yes, this is pretty much how the scene is going to look like. And actually I forgot one thing, and it's that the head, because he has to have a neck, so the proportion is a little bit incorrect. And also I'm going to have this guy look a little bit backwards, so that there is some interaction between them. So this line is like for the center of the face, and this line is like for the center of the height of the face. And the girl is going to just look forward, I think. Yes, she's going to just look forward. Just like this. Okay, so I hope you guys can see where lines are going. It's actually just like this. I'm gonna draw this a little bit harder so that you guys can see it. Okay, so we're pretty much done with the sketch now. I'm sorry I haven't been explaining that much on how to draw it, but I'm showing you guys real time what is going on. And yes, lastly, of course, we can't forget the feet. So the foot is going to be around here, and then another foot is going to be around here, a little bit lower, so like there. And then the feet of the guy. Something like that. So let's zoom out. Yeah, it looks pretty okay. If the sketch, it's really important for you guys to get the sketch right, because if the sketch looks alright or correct, then the final product is going to be correct. At least the proportion is going to be correct, and that is really important. So now let's just zoom in, and I'm going to be doing the more detailed work. Actually, I'm going to erase them a little bit, not exactly erasing them, but making them a little bit more transparent. And I'm going to start with the forehead, and then on the place of where the eyes is going to be, it's going to curve like this. Really hard to explain how to curve like that, but it's just like that. And then an ear, and then an eye, and then nose, and then a smiling face, smiling mouth, something like that. This is getting really small, so it's really hard for me to do the detailed work. And he's not exactly looking very much back. So actually, I'm gonna redraw this. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna make him look a little bit more to the back. His head looking more to the girl, towards the girl. So this time his eyes is gonna be like there maybe, and then eyebrows, and then nose. Okay, this is getting a little bit out of hand. But yeah, something like this is pretty okay. So yeah, it's not on the final stage yet, so let's just leave it like that. And then I'm going to draw the hair frame. Just like that. Yes. And let's just finish it. So like this. Yeah, pretty okay. So let's just go on to the neck, which is just gonna be like that, and then the shoulder. And actually for this guy, I'm going to give him a shirt. Something like this. And I'm going to give him this kind of clothes. just like this. And oh, it's a little bit wrong. It's going to be, his arm. It's going to be look a little bit weird because this arm is going to be, actually it's not painting straight down it because it's painting a little bit towards the camera too. So just remember that. But still, I'm going to make it a little bit longer because it does not look that correct. Something like this. And I'm going to make this a little bit lower, so somewhere there is pretty okay. And then of course remember to have the creases on the sides. Yes, and let's just be quick and just draw the arm of the girl. And I'm going to give this girl a t-shirt. No, actually a sport top. Something like this. And and then finish the arm here. And she's maybe a little bit too thin. I don't know. I don't think so. Let's just leave it like that. Okay, so for the pants, just going to be just have this. This is the kind of clothes you have on when you're going to the mountains, when you're going hiking. I don't know, just just something I designed. And for leg, it's really hard to explain how the curves of the legs are. It's just the bigger here and then it's narrow there. It's really hard to explain how it looks like. It's just a curve that curves like this and then it curves the other way, and the same thing goes here. And by the way, let's just be done with the shoes, because actually not long ago I think the shoes is the hardest thing to draw in anime. But I've kind of grasped how to draw it now. You just have to get the proportions right. So something like this. But still I have some proportions problem regarding shoes, as you can see probably now. I'm gonna give her a smaller shoe. So yeah, let's just finish the guy. Okay, so he's going to be have something like this, and then the shoes. But I'm going to give him a line. So something like that. And actually I'm going to give him a pocket in front of his breasts. Something like this. Okay, so for the girl, it's going to be like this. his the fingers of her is going to be, you know, you can basically you can just see a the pinky and the ring finger and nothing more. No, that's basically it. So yeah, let's just be done with this guy. So actually I'm gonna make her a little bit fatter because she's obviously too thin. So something like this. And then for the neck of the girl, something like this. And then this was the line for the eyes, so the nose is something like this, and because her shoulder is, you know, she's shrugging a little bit, so the neck is going to be really short. And then that's the forehead. And remember to have, you know, the heads. Remember that the heads should be of the same size. And actually, I'm gonna give her, you know, that she's looking a little bit downwards. Okay, so like this, and then like this. So that's, she's gonna have the ponytail, of course. And then I'm going to give her an ear, and then the hair like this. And for the eyes, and actually I'm gonna make them a little bit, you know, more interactive by making her, you know, looking angrily at him. Like this. Something like this. And this one should be bending a little bit more. Okay, so she's looking angry at him, but he's happy. So the story is like, you know, he called her fat or something, and then she's being really angry. So yeah, and honestly, I don't know why girls are always so angry at guys who call them, you know, call them fat, but that's probably none of my business. And yes, for the hair, actually you can just have a large curve around the head, and then, you know, these lines are like, you know, the hair is being dragged towards this point where the ponytail is attached to the, you know, to the head. I don't know why I can't talk while I draw. It's something I never managed to do. But yeah, this looks pretty okay. I just have to make her head a little bit, you know, like this. And by the way, I'm gonna make her mouth a little bit smaller. And I'm actually going to make her eyes a little bit larger. Yeah. And then we are pretty much done with this guy. Actually, I'm gonna make her a little bit, give it a little bit more, you know, variation by giving these two lines to her clothes. Yes. So, and actually I'm gonna, no, I don't know, I'm just gonna keep this thing. No, actually I'm gonna erase this thing to give, you know, these two guys, I mean this guy and this girl, give them a little bit variation. And by the way, I forgot this leg, which is just gonna be the same as this leg. Just copy this and move this to this side. And so now we just need to draw the pants of this guy, and then we're done. And it's just, you know, you just follow this line. It's just like, you know, this is the leg, and you're just gonna add the cloth to his leg. But just remember to, you know, add the creases to appropriate places. And you know how to add creases is something that you just need, you need to learn through a lot of practice. And still I need, you know, I'm still very bad at it in my opinion, so I still need a lot of practice in this. And you know, it depends on what kind of clothes he has, but I'm gonna give him this, you know, this very, very normal kind of clothes. Something like this. Just make this a little bit clearer. And then of course you know, and remember that this leg should be, you know, I mean this foot should be lower than this foot, so I'm just going to move that foot a little bit higher, because you know it's 3D, so this foot has to be lower than this foot because the camera is looking a little bit from above, a little bit. So just like this. I feel like that I've not been explaining that much, you know, in this video. I don't know why, but it's maybe because my English is too bad or whatever, or it's maybe, but by the way, this foot is a little bit too small, so I'm just gonna increase the size. Same goes with this thing. And this is a very good example that I have not done the sketching well enough, because in the sketching phase I should have, you know, drawn the proportions for the feet. So you know, I should not be, you know, trying to get the size now. I should have had it done when I was doing the sketching. But it's still completely possible for me to, you know, do the sketching, I mean do the proportions now. But you know, it should not be like that. And by the way, I'm going to, you know, finish this guy with a better mouth actually, because in my opinion this mouth is too ugly, and this face is a little bit ugly too. And for the eyes, it's just going to be a circle and then two lines like that. And it's really hard to explain what I'm doing, but no, like that. And yeah. So just like this. So well, so we're pretty much done with this drawing. But one thing that is that I still cannot get right is that, you know, let me just zoom out a little bit, is that it feels like this guy is not looking at this girl. You know, that's a really big problem. So I'm going to just erase this face real quick, and I'm just going to move to fix this. I'm just going to move his neck a little bit to the right, and then we draw his face even further to the right. And of course we have to get, you know, the size of the head correct, that I have the same size. Okay, and then the nose, and then the mouth. Okay, and then the ear, and of course the hair. And it's a little bit too big now, so something like this. And you know, it's even uglier now. Okay, it's even uglier now, so I'm just going to, damn it, man, I have to get this right. No, it's like the last step of the video. I can't get this right, and it's already 29 minutes, 30 minutes. Damn it, man, PN drawing, you sucks. Okay, so I'm going to give him this kind of eye, this kind of eye, this nose, and then smiling mouth, and okay, it looks much better now. Let's just go with it. Let's see if this turns out to be good. Okay, and yeah, it is quite good. So yeah, so we're done. And I'm sorry guys that it took so long time, but actually this is pretty much done, and I don't really need, you know, all the stuff at the end, you know, retracing all lines and, you know, drawing them harder so you guys can see better. No, we don't need those, because seriously, this video has been, you know, long enough, 30 minutes, and you know, there are always something I can, you know, change about this drawing, but you know, actually since we have used 30 minutes, I'm just going to you know, add the shadowing real quick in this video. So yeah, okay, so of course first off the mouth, but let's give him the teeth, and then the mouth, and then the shadow for the neck, and then let's shadow under the arm, and then shadow here for where the creases are, and here too. If you guys can see it, actually, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see better. And shadow here, and for here for the because the girl is blocking, the legs of the girl is blocking a little bit of the sunlight, and here, and then here of course, and a little bit there, and what about here? And then of course I forgot the lines for, you know, for the ears. And by the way, some shadows here and some shadows for the side of the hair, and this lines are too much. And then shadows here, shadow for on the face, behind the face, and then shadow because the arm is blocking a little bit of light, and then the leg is blocking a little bit light for the arm, and shadow here too. And by the way, the bottom of the girl is looking a little bit weird. Give it a little bit more rounded, you know, thing. So I'm going to, you know, is there more shadows I can actually do? No, and yes, actually a little bit more on this arm, and here, and then below the arm. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, it was I went a little bit out of the camera, but it was here. And yes, so we're done with this drawing, and I don't think there's more I can do except for Okay, I'm just going to give this guy a color black hair, and this girl black hair. I don't know, but I like black hairs, so I like to add black hair to my characters. That's just, you know, a personal style. But, you know, that's it. I don't think, but we are actually done with this drawing. So I'm just going to clean this up, and then it's time to say goodbye. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any question or request, just leave that in the comment section below, and I will see you guys later in the next video. Goodbye.